In today's busy world, being able to cook from scratch in a flash has never been more important.
Quite nice, really.
So I'm off on a journey to explore the exciting world of speedy cooking.
Oh, that looks amazing.
No matter how far-flung the destination.
A little bit different, very quick.
Hurry up, Mary, let's get a move on.
I'm doing my best.
Or how close to home.
This is the best bit of the day.
It's hard to get the dollops the right size.
I will bring all this wonderful food back to you.
And it doesn't get much quicker or more delicious than that.
I've been cooking pizza and pasta for decades. But can you believe it that I've never been to Rome? Until now.
There's no better way to see Rome than on the back of a bike. It's a bit of all right. Bellissimo! Brava!
9 million visitors a year come to soak up its history and culture. But it's the wonderful Italian food that I've come to explore.
The perfect way to start my adventure is to see pasta being made by hand. And I've found a restaurant that makes it fresh every single day.
I think pasta is the ultimate quick meal, and there are over 350 varieties to choose from. It takes just minutes to cook, and at this extraordinary restaurant, just minutes to make. These women take pride of place and make over 55 kilos of pasta every day.
Buongiorno! So what are you making? What is it called? Sciavatelli.
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 Brava! Brava, ottimo!
Can I come round the back and have a...
Yes, come on.
Right, ladies.
Oh,
magari.
Come on.
Oh, brava.
The Sciavatelli spirals seem to be made by rolling out the pasta dough,
Prendi il ferro, fai così.
then flattening and curling them round what looks like a knitting needle.
Please.
One.
Oh, vai questa.
This.
No dite. Guarda, aspetta. Aspetta.
It doesn't seem to work.
Aspetta,
Come on, you show me again.
No, guarda. Vai.
Ah,
Ok?
it looks so easy.
Oh,
and it's
No easy, okay, no easy.
How many years do you do it? Write it in here.
40.
How many years?
40. 40 years.
You've been doing this? Yeah. Well, therefore, I will take a long time.
Da un secolo, brava.
I've also been cooking for a few decades, but I can tell you, making this pasta is harder than it looks.
Another one.
Ok,
Into il capo.
butta quanto?
Push it.
Ok, appoggia. Vai, premi.
Right down. And then
Vai. Oh, appoggia le mani.
This.
Brava.
What wonderful women, and with such nimble fingers. I'm not sure I could keep up with their speedy pasta making.
Bye. Bye. Bye, Mary.
But I do have a delicious dish that would be right at home here. Pimento herb penne.
This is my favourite go-to recipe. It is with Parma ham and peppers, and it is simply divine. I can make it in 15 minutes. So, on your marks, get set, cook.
While the penne boils in some salted water, chop the Parma ham, 4 spring onions and 2 sweet roasted peppers from a jar.
It's nice to keep little squares because as you look through the pasta, you can see all the splatterings of red and green. It looks good. So,
Tip the Parma ham into a hot pan.
the aim is to get it nice and crispy, and therefore you've got to keep turning it over. You could use streaky bacon is nearly as good, but I must say I would like to use Parma ham best.
When it's crispy, take it out and add some olive oil to the pan to cook the rest.
In go the spring onions and the peppers. Nothing if not colourful, look at that, beautiful.
To give this sauce a lift, grate in a clove of garlic, add 200 grams of luscious creme fraiche.
And I want to have the flavour of this Parma ham, the lovely smokiness, half of it going in there.
I'll use the other half to sprinkle on at the end.
I'm going to give it a good stir.
2 minutes in the pan is all it takes.
How quick was that sauce to make? Dead easy. Pasta's cooked, so in it goes. Then I'm going to add a little Parmesan cheese, and Parmesan has the best true Italian flavour. Some basil and some parsley. That will give a vibrant colour. And now all I've got to do is mix all that together and serve it. Nothing could be quicker.
There it is, my heavenly pimento penne, topped with the remaining crispy Parma ham.
So that really is incredibly quick to do, and all you need is some lovely crunchy crispy bread, or you could even put a little bowl of olive oil and you could dip it in and be very Italian.
Pasta isn't the only dish I'm here to taste. My local guide, Jack, is taking me to explore Roman pizza. Traditionally, these pizzas are served thin and crispy, thanks to the generous amount of olive oil used in the dough. It's put in a wood-fired oven for a few minutes, and hey presto, a delicious meal. 5 billion pizzas are eaten across the world each year. And Jack's taking me to meet a famous local chef who has dared to reinvent this Italian classic. Stefano Caligari is the creator of the trapezzino, or pizza cone.
Ciao Mary, welcome to Trapezzino. Come inside.
Gosh, it's all very organised here.
Yeah, that's my pizza cone, the cone of pizza. It's crunchy and the dough is so soft.
Stefano used to run traditional pizza restaurants, but his great love was one-pot Italian cooking. Determined to combine the two without ending up with a soggy bottom, he came up with the pizza cone.
I wanted to stuff my pizza with these old-fashioned Roman recipes, like chicken on style, Parmigiana eggplant, or, of course, meatballs with tomato sauce.
Oh,
of
yeah.
course.
And what's in the end one?
Octopus.
The octopus looks good. Is it a speciality of Rome?
Yes, but very Roman is tripe, oxen.
No, you needn't bother with tripe for me. What are these things here?
Oh, this is suppli. Suppli is a risotto, rice ball,
Right.
bread coated and deep fried. If we are lucky, yes.
Is that
You see?
mozzarella?
Yeah, that's mozzarella. In Roma we say suppli al telefono because if we share, it's like old-fashioned telephone. Now it's cordless, but telephone used to be
Okay,
with
who's going to get the big half?
Yeah. You like it.
Delicious, but I really want to see how those saucy classics work in the pizza cones.
So I'd like this one,
Eggplant parmigiana.
with anchovies. Do they go together?
They
Come on,
shouldn't
I
go
think
together,
they do,
but
because those are things I like.
okay.
Right. This is custom built for me. Just one, be fine.
Like that.
There.
Here
That's
you are.
Magnifico.
It's almost like a stew sandwich. The cone really does hold all the juices. Combined with the Italian sunshine, it's glorious.
Oh, that is quite something. It's
Yeah.
delicious.
And the
Rats
best
need them.
is in the bottom.
I can't wait till I get down there. I've got a long way to go yet.
So far, I've had a warm welcome to Italian cuisine. Now it's time for me to do some cooking. I have a recipe I bet I can make in the time it takes Jack to drink his espresso.
It doesn't get much better than this. The sun is shining, and I'm going to make you one of my favourite things, bruschetta. Very quick to make. I've taken 2 slices of ciabatta, and I have put in a bowl just a little olive oil and some crushed garlic, and I've spread it on both sides.
This is not a classic bruschetta. I'm going to use a tapenade-style base. Start with the traditional handful of black olives, and then add 2 large spoonfuls of sun-dried tomato paste.
Gosh, it's beautifully rich and oily. That's it. And then I'm going to add a little honey to that. That just adds a little bit of sweetness.
Season and add just a dash of white wine vinegar.
I'm putting the tops on because there's a bit of a wind up here and I can see them blowing over as easy as Winky. Off comes the lid. That looks beautifully chunky, just as I like it.
All that's left is to chop an avocado, add a squeeze of lemon to stop it going brown. Some fragrant basil will bring it all together.
This, to me, is Italy and summer. Nothing like freshly cut basil. In fact, it's nearly knocking me back here.
Take your crispy bread and spread it with the rich tapenade.
You can tell I'm in Italy. Did you see the church? Hear the church bells? Perhaps there's a wedding down there. I'm far too high up to see.
Finally, add some slices of delicious tomato and that lemony avocado and some creamy mozzarella.
I don't think I'd get much more on here.
Just room for some seasoning, the fresh basil and a drizzle of olive oil.
There it is, Italian bruschetta, and it doesn't get much quicker or more delicious than that.
Perfect.
What I love about Italian cooking is its simplicity. Their dishes seem to centre around only a few main ingredients, something after my own heart. Wherever you go in this beautiful city, you can't escape its culinary influences. The Testachio area is set near the river Tiber, and this is where those ingredients have arrived by boat for over 2,000 years.
Known to locals as the heart of Rome, this area has a thriving food market, and I can't wait to look round.
The brilliant chef Cristina Bowerman has offered to be my guide round the 100 stalls in the market. Cristina has traded in a career as a graphic designer for one behind the stove. After retraining, she arrived in Rome in 2006. Just a few years later, she won a coveted Michelin star. This glorious market is Cristina's second home. She sources all her ingredients here, and at the heart of the market, she has her very own street food store.
So, Cristina, what is it that you love about this market?
This market is true. You can find Romans, you can find people who have been selling. You know, they've had their own stand forever. Look at that pizza. Oh my God, it's awesome.
Beautiful, aren't they?
I know.
If I can spy.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, no.
There's a little piece there.
That is beautifully seasoned. You're going to be very busy shortly. I've never seen chickens with the breast taken off, and they leave the wings,
Well, those are used for stocks.
and rabbits with their heads off.
Yes, of course.
Cristina has promised to make me a popular local dish, Kacho e Pepe, which means cheese and pepper.
So this is the kitchen.
Pretty cozy in here.
It's small, but you got everything that you need. So these are the ingredients we're going to use. We're going to use these 2 different kinds of pepper to make a pepper broth. I like to mixture in order to give like different flavors and different aromatic. Let's go.
She starts by dry roasting the peppercorns to bring out their flavour.
I can tell you something, it's an awful lot of peppercorns, and I can see this is going to make us jump.
So you see how it's smoking right now?
That is decidedly hot. That'll sizzle.
In goes the water to start the peppery broth.
So it's taking the colour from the peppercorn.
Exactly. Now we are going to add a little bit of this.
So in goes the onion.
Then some celery and some carrots.
So, in the meanwhile, this is simmering.
Yes.
We are going to start the pasta.
Cristina has chosen one of my favourites, orzo pasta. It looks a little like rice, and she's going to cook it like a risotto by toasting it, then adding the peppery broth.
Gosh, it's pretty fiery on the nose.
See? Wow.
That has got... It's almost like a chili in it. It's really hot.
Well, it is cacio e pepe, so it is important to know that it is peppery.
I'm aware of it. That's beginning to absorb the stock, and it's getting a sort of creaminess to it.
Yeah, that's exactly what the risotto technique, you create a sort of cream sauce, basically.
Once the pasta has absorbed enough broth to make it al dente, it's time to add the cheese, which is some delicious, sharp and salty pecorino.
If it were me, I would be sprinkling it in, but you're not. What have you done to it here?
Right here, I actually added a little bit of broth and I blended it. This way I don't have any lumps.
This is something totally new to me, and it is as smooth as whipped cream. I'm looking forward to the tasting.
Almost there, but Cristina has one surprise ingredient left.
That, to me, just smells salty and from the sea, and I'm none too sure what it is when I look down at it.
It's sea urchin.
Sea urchin, those spiky things that live in rock pools and you avoid them like the plague. Right.
Exactly.
So that goes in the bottom.
You put this.
Right. A little bit of cheese on top.
Exactly.
This is the moment I've been waiting for. My aim is to get down to that sea urchin. Is it going to give me a shock?
Yes.
There it is. A little bit of cheese. What have I let myself in for? Sea urchin. I can tell you that is absolutely divine. I can't believe from such simple ingredients that have cost next to nothing in, what, about 20 minutes, all so quick. I think it's brilliant. Thank you very much.
No, thank you so much to you.
Who knew sea urchins were so delicious? Sadly, we haven't all got a market like this on our doorstep to buy them from. But I do have a pasta recipe using seafood, which is much easier to find. Spaghetti vongole.
What I really love about this dish, you can cook it from start to finish in the time it takes to cook the spaghetti.
So first off, get the pasta on and set the timer for 12 minutes. And you might want to ask someone to start laying the table.
Now onto the clams. To give them a really good flavour, I'm going to use shallots. And I've got 2 banana shallots, those are the long ones.
Fry those off in some oil with a chopped red chilli. Then grate in a clove of garlic. Once the shallots have softened, add a small glass of white wine.
That's about right. Right, I'm going to turn the heat up because I want to evaporate that to condense the flavour.
When the sauce is reduced, it's time to add the clams.
I've got 1 kilo here, and you must make sure that they are absolutely closed. And I'm going to tip those into the pan with the wine, the shallot, and the chilli. Lid on, and leave those in the steam for about 3 minutes. They'll become open, and you'll get the flavour of the sea.
Right, just the last bits. chop some fresh parsley, juice of half a lemon, and drain the pasta.
Now this should be ready. Just as I hoped, everyone opened. Still plenty of that lovely wine juices in the bottom. There really is a wonderful smell coming up from them.
Sprinkle over the lovely, vibrant parsley and add the lemon juice.
And then in goes the pasta. Toss it so everything, the clams are with the pasta and coat it in that lovely wine sauce.
A dash of salt and pepper and a drizzle of olive oil are all it takes to finish it off.
So there you have it, spaghetti vongole, all in 15 minutes from start to finish. Just have everyone at hand to enjoy it. And I'm going to try some now too. Gosh, they're so neat in there. And they smell beautiful. That is just fresh from the sea, a little bit salty. Quite nice, really.
Well, I might have had my fill of savoury dishes, but I'm not going anywhere before checking out some of the sweet things that Rome has to offer. Gelato has been loved in Italy for over 400 years, but in this gelateria, there's nothing traditional about some of their flavours.
What a selection.
Hi.
Gracious me. Wasabi, chocolate and wasabi.
Yes.
I don't fancy that much, but there's a flavour that's caught my eye.
I think I'd like, if I may, some of the orange.
Cup or cone?
Oh, a cone.
Cone is very good.
Thank you.
Okay.
That is out of this world. Absolutely beautiful.
Rome is full of sweet treasures, but to find some of them, you have to be in the know.
There's one family bakery that's been making the same cakes for generations. Sounds like my sort of place.
Nestled in the heart of Rome's Jewish quarter, this bakery, run by 4 sisters, makes cakes such as ricotta and sauerbraten cherry, and sweet almond tarts, all to centuries-old family recipes.
Morning.
Good morning. You are very famous for your cakes. How long have you been here?
300 here.
And I thought I'd been cooking for a while. One of the oldest recipes is the renowned pizza ebraica, or Jewish pizza, made with raisins, candied fruit and almonds. It's their bestseller.
They look beautiful. Can I try one?
Yes, of course.
They are a gorgeous colour. I like my toast that colour too.
It's good?
It's delicious.
Legend has it that the recipe was brought to Rome by Jewish families fleeing the Spanish Inquisition.
Thank you.
Bye.
Each cake is a little piece of history.
That bakery is one of Rome's hidden gems. To think they've been making the same cakes for 300 years. I think they're onto something.
Sadly, their family recipes are a closely guarded secret. But I have one I can share for a delicious modern Italian classic, and you can whip it up in no time. Italy is renowned for its coffee and its puds, and this recipe combines the two. Tiramisu. Start with 250 grams of mascarpone, then thin it out with some pouring double cream, just a little at a time. And that's important, because if you plonk the whole lot in together, it won't go in smoothly. A bit more. Now that is just as I wanted it to be. It doesn't quite stand up in peaks like a meringue. It's softer because we've got to spread it. Once that's done, add 4 tablespoons of icing sugar and a couple of teaspoons of vanilla extract. That's it. Just stir that together.
That's exactly it now. Now to the coffee part. I've got 250 ml of strong coffee. I just used instant. You could use espresso, but without sugar. In it goes. Very important, the brandy.
6 tablespoons should give it just the right amount of punch.
So.
Now for the sponge fingers, break them in half to begin.
So in there like that, in and out. Give it a little shake. In that one goes. Then take another one. And then you've got to push it down and do a little cross like that. That's it.
Time for that delicious cream gently spooned over the sponge.
Glance and see if you've been a bit mean to any of them. I think I could have a little bit more than that.
A quick sprinkle of grated milk chocolate, and then you just layer it up all over again.
I'm going to use every scrap of this cream. None of it's going to be wasted.
Once all the cream is on, pop these in the fridge to firm up. When you're ready to serve, sprinkle on some chocolate.
I'm really rather chuffed with that. They're so easy to do, so quick, and the end result is absolutely divine.
It's coming to the end of my time in Rome. How lucky they are to have all this delicious food every day in their beautiful city.
Rome has been everything I ever hoped for and more. But there's just one more thing I want to do before I leave.
It is, after all, the home of opera. It's the perfect end to my first trip to Rome, and it certainly won't be my last. Next time,
It's amazing. I love it.
I'm thrown in to the frantic world
This kind of service is very fast, very busy, very quick.
of festival pop-ups.
And I'm rather proud of that.